Is it possible, in your understanding, in your human logic, it's possible...
It's our human logic, because what
in our human logic, is it possible, Lloyd, that inside your skull, there could be no brains and you can still think, right?
I don't know. Why would, why would I make such a claim like that?
But is it possible?
I don't know everything. You know everything.
Is it possible?
No, I should ask you, is it possible?
No,
you've met every single human being on the planet.
I haven't met, but I can say it's not possible.
You've been to Mars, you've been to all galaxies.
No, I haven't been there, but I can be pretty certain.
Years, you know,
I'm telling you,
you know,
I haven't been there.
Of the whole universe, so we should all listen to you. Everyone listen to
Lloyd,
him.
can you just one time,
listen to him.
Once more confirm. Once more confirm. It's possible in your reasoning, there's a minute chance that inside your skull there is no brains and you can still think.
But you've made up that concept.
I'm asking you. I'm asking. Is it possible?
Anything's possible.
Did you hear that?
Subhanallah.
It's possible.
Anything's possible.
So that is what we say when people really are not in a real bubble of reality. This is what happens to the perspective of life.
But that's what I should be saying to you.
Look, if you use...
Because you're using your experience and everyone else's experience based on being human on your logic. But we're human. So...
how do you think we're all human?
Unless you're telling me... Wait,
how can you affirm we're all human?
Wait, but unless you're telling me that...
This can be someone who's a alien from another planet.
Unless you're telling me we're the only humans in this universe, you can't make this claim.
Is it possible
your
that you're not speaking to us?
Dead.
Is it possible you're not speaking to us?
But before I answer this question, are we the only humans?
Is it possible you're not
Are we the
speaking
only
to
humans in this universe?
Are you speaking to
Are
me?
we the only humans?
Are you speaking
Are
to
we
me?
the only humans in this universe?
Are you speaking to me? I'm asking you. Are you speaking to me?
Based on
we were talking before about the possibility of this whole experience being a brain in a vat with sensors kind of like
humans are arrogant. We think that our knowledge is everything in the universe. It's ridiculous. And we ain't been to Mars. Has anyone been to the moon here? And the moon is just there. Has anyone been there? No.
Why are you arrogant enough to think you're a human?
That we know everything.
Why are you so arrogant enough to think you're a human?
Have you been to? Oh yeah, no. Say that again.
Why are you arrogant enough to think you're a human?
I don't know I'm a human.
So why do you call yourself a human?
I assume I'm a human. I assume. But who taught me I was a human? I went to school. They said you're a human. This is your heart. This is your lungs. Blah blah blah. We all went to school, right? So they told you. So we believed it.
So before you went to school,
because we're human.
It's possible he has no heart, no lungs, no kidneys.
Because was a human before going to school.
How did you know if you can't speak? You had a dummy in your mouth.
Went to school?
So you knew you was a human and you had a dummy in your mouth.
So when you went to school, you thought you were a dog, and then they convinced you were a human?
But you didn't even know what a dog was. So how can you say you're a dog? Can you ask my question?
Can I ask you a question? Is it possible to have organized information? For example, a literature. Do you have a book in your hand? Can I borrow that book, whatever that is?
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Look. It's got lots of text. Yeah. Is it possible without intelligence agency, which has intelligence, that all this information content can come by just mere chance?
But what is intelligence?
I'm asking this gentleman a question.
I think so.
It's possible, yeah? So you're saying information content like this, structured sentences and phrases, whole chapters, it's possible they can be gathered together
by humans
and make sense without any intelligent agency. If you have letters of the alphabet, A to Z, and you just mix it in a big warehouse, blow some air, and then open the door, and guess what? All the letters align together and produce a chapter like that.
If you run enough times a randomized version of that, eventually you get it.
But why should we listen to you?
So
You've never been to space. You've never been to the moon.
By chance,
been nowhere.
it is possible.
Yeah? So by chance, you can get possible. Have you ever seen anything happening, ever, in your life?
See, have you ever seen anything happen? Some human experience.
There have been things in life that were unlikely to have happened.
Now, have you ever seen? Now let's do.
Oh, see, he's trying to cut you off.
Let's now really realistic. Have we ever seen?
He said realistic.
Yeah. So this is where.
Have you ever? What's your name?
Felipe.
Have you ever observed information of this nature gathered together by chance? Ever? Has anyone?
Not this nature.
Has anyone
Have you
observed?
ever observed human experience?
But this is.
So do you understand what we call inductive logic and deductive logic?
No, I don't understand that. But
That's the problem.
What
But
he's
it's
saying,
man-made.
no, that's not the
So
problem.
That is the problem.
It's human made.
What he's
So
saying
it's a problem regardless because it's made by humans.
Is the sun going to be up there tomorrow? Do
But
we
you've
have?
never been to Mars. Why are you talking about the sun?
Do you think it will be raised?
You're like cutting me off all the
Philippa,
time.
Vanessa, have you left this
Philippa,
planet?
go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, let him finish. I
I'm-
don't like
No,
cutting people
no.
off.
I am listening to you.
So, okay.
Go
But he
ahead.
hasn't and he's dictating like knowledge. As if
What he was
knows it.
saying is that the universe is so big that because it's so big, there is a possibility that somewhere, like
How
in
do you
the
know it's so big?
universe- Huh?
How do you know it's so big?
Well, we've
Human
observed
logic.
it.
Huh? Why are you trusting your observation? Because your observation is limited.
So you say there's no universe.
That is correct. That is
so you
correct.
agree with
So
us?
don't. Why are you assuming it's so
Disagree
big?
with us.
So this is where I want to take the conversation.
Why are you agreeing
The experience
with your
of the
observation?
observation
Wait,
He
wait.
said.
Here are people.
Why is our observation limited?
Can we
Because we're
take some points from
humans.
there? You're saying
Debate
you
over.
trust your observation and your experience. Is that what you're telling me?
To a large extent, yes.
So you're saying,
that's 100%
so
of the
you're saying, from what all the things that you've observed, have you ever observed information like a book like this happening by chance? So what would you then say if I haven't observed? It is still possible, or would you say?
Open-minded.
I think so. Like as
So the universe that you think is so big is actually maybe not that
So
big,
is there
right?
no universe?
we've observed in detail a very minute.
Why do you say the universe is so big when your observation could be that actually it's not? It could
Are
be
you
the
saying
opposite.
there's no universe?
Isn't it?
Are you
Yeah.
You're saying there's no universe.
I'm saying, according to
But
you,
you've
there is
never
no
been
universe.
to the moon.
Yeah.
So why should we listen to
I'm
you?
saying you don't
What
exist.
if? What if?
Okay, fair enough.
What if?
Am I right?
What
Am
if-
I right or am I wrong?
Who cares? You haven't been to the moon, so I don't need
No,
to
no, no,
listen
no,
to
no,
you.
no.
Nobody.
Lloyd and Philippa,
Listen to
you
you.
both
You're just human,
don't
like
exist. You both don't exist.
My experience tells me otherwise, and it's been consistent.
So your experience can really tell you something which you take for fact.
Contradiction.
But
Is that right?
It can be
That's a
correct.
contradiction,
It can
right
be correct.
Right. So Philippa, you're different from my friend
No,
Lloyd
that's
here.
a contradiction.
You are going to take something for fact.
But you just
that right?
you're condescending his experience, but we're listening
Is that
to
what
your
you're
experience, and you're saying
saying? If your experience tells you that you think and you said therefore I am, therefore I exist, and it's a fact for you. Is that what you think?
I don't know if I agree with that statement, but if my experience,
Do you?
I feel I exist. But
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
actually know.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
So you're not sure.
Do you exist? Are you sure you exist?
And also,
Don't get offended because you don't exist. You're not sure. So let me carry on
But do
speaking to
you
you.
exist?
So because it's possible,
how do you know you
it's possible he doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
Do you exist?
So if I just ignore him,
it right back
he
at
shouldn't
him.
feel offended because anyone that doesn't exist should not be offended. So
Do you
Lloyd,
exist?
No.
No.
So why are you speaking to
Argument
me?
over.
So because I don't exist, because I don't exist, he should. There's a probability in your understanding that I don't exist. So now,
Messed up his debate.
so here again, Lloyd and
Terribly.
Philippa, of course, don't exist in reality because they weren't sure, and now I've
do
made
you
it certain.
exist?
Now I've made it certain that they don't exist.
But do you exist?
That they don't exist.
Yeah, anyway.
I said I think they exist.
No, you don't exist.
Do you exist?
Absolutely.
Do you exist?
I don't.
said,
According to you, I don't.
He said,
So now, here are the
He said,
summary of this discussion.
do you exist?
When it comes to
You won't
reality,
answer. I've noticed that's
When it
your
comes
debate
to-
strategy.
when
You
it
don't
comes
ask
to-
the questions. You
when it
only
comes,
ask questions.
I don't exist, my friend. What are you talking
Very
to me?
clever.
When it
Very
comes
clever.
to when it comes to reality, about God and God's existence, about being good, being moral, about believing in heaven and hell, this is the super hyper radical stance people take because they don't want to subscribe to an organized religion, they don't want to worship God and so on. But at the same time, look at what he's wearing. Nice clothes, expensive
You're wearing nice
clothes.
clothes too.
Expensive. He perhaps,
That's nice.
when he goes for looking for a woman or girlfriend or wife, he's not going to go for the most not so beautiful. He'll try to go to which is in accordance to his likes and desires, isn't it? He will then be real. He would not say, you know what, it doesn't matter because you don't exist either, right? So when it comes to this mundane life, when he's about to eat, for example, when Philip and Lloyd's going to go to a restaurant and going to eat, they might say, you know what? Oh, this is a snail and a turtle, and actually it's not.
Sounds like you're talking about yourself.
Why is it
You say this.
So he would not mind, because to them it doesn't matter what you eat.
This for your video.
Because
cut off the bit that we said.
No, I'm not going to cut off anything. No one's going to cut off. These are all channels. Don't cut off. Put it for entertainment, for people to see what happens to people who leave the reality bubble and go into living.
Making up stuff.
So when he's going to go to a workplace or a university for study, he's not going to go to thinking, you know what, my teacher don't exist. So why am I going to even bother listening to him? I'll sit there in an auditorium in a lecture which doesn't even exist. Why am I going to write an exam which is not even an exam, it doesn't exist? But he knows if he doesn't do that, he's going to fail the exam. He knows if he doesn't go at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock to his work, he's not going to get paid. He will work like a slave in that machinery, thinking he exists. But when it comes to...
That's never been left this planet.
Why is he feeling offended? He doesn't exist.
He's never been nowhere. I don't even think he's left South London.
So
how would you know? How can you confirm?
How can I speak to someone who doesn't exist?
Truth? So you're basically saying humans are the only one in this universe. Everything we say is correct.
Do you know something?
Everything you're saying is our logic. And
I know he doesn't exist, but I'm getting this vibe. There's some aliens speaking to me from thin air. So because they don't exist, that's the treatment that we give. We don't talk to people who are non-existent, right?